Salem Alaykum, Pakistan. My name is Mark Dickinson. I'm excited to be with you today. I'm going to talk about 5 ways that you can get promoted. Often people go to work and they do their job and they work hard and they wonder, when is my turn going to come? But the thing is, what they're doing is they're doing their job. And doing a job is not enough for you to get promoted. Because when you do your job, you're not adding anything special. You're not doing something extra. And the people that get promoted, if you think about it, who would you want to promote? Would you want to promote the guy who just comes in, does his job, he's not good, he's not bad, he just does his work and goes home? Or would you want to promote the guy who comes late, leaves early, you can never find him, he goes for a coffee break, he smokes break, or all those things? Or would you want to promote the person who comes into work fired up, focused, happy, giving, ready to help? Which one would you promote? I know which one you'd promote. You would choose the third one. Why? Because that person is adding value. You see, if you want to get promoted, what you got to figure out is, how can I add more value to the situation that I'm in? Now, you might be in a very simple job. You might be a clerk. How can you add more value? You might be a manager. How can you add more value? The question is the same all the way up the ladder. I don't care what position you have. The golden rule of getting promoted is add more value, become more valuable, and you will get promoted. Can you understand how that works? It's like a ladder. You see, when you put in the value, then people go, wow, you know what? This guy's really stepping up. This guy's really doing something amazing. Hey, we should make that guy the next position. And that is what it's all about. And so here you go. There's 5 things that are going to help you have great value. Number 1, never complain. I'm going to say that again. Number 1, never complain. Why? People who complain are negative focused. So what do they get? Negativity. So when anything goes wrong, all they see is the bad things going on around them. And that is going to drag people down. So is that going to be the kind of person that you want to promote? I don't think so. You see, what you want is tough situation. You want somebody who stays calm. You want somebody who says, you know what? We're going to get through this. We're going to make a success out of this. We can make a difference. And they start thinking how they can change the situation for the better. You see, if you complain, it means you're not thankful. If you're an employee and you have a job and you got a salary, you're blessed. It's an amazing situation to be in. Now, is it always going to be perfect? No. But don't complain. Figure it out in your own head. Talk to somebody and say, I'm struggling with something at work, or I'm struggling with this relationship. And as soon as you talk that through with somebody else, you're going to have a more positive perspective. But what you must never do is gather around and complain. Number 2, pick up the piece of paper that falls on the floor. This is amazing. Listen, you do this even if nobody's watching. That's value. You see, here's the thing. If you're a person who says, okay, I'm going to pick up the paper on the floor, or the paper clip, or I'm going to put the trash in the bin that fell on the floor, or I'm going to wipe down the coffee table in the cafeteria or in the canteen where somebody spilled coffee, and you take that little extra step that no one asks you to do, that's not part of your job, this is massive value. People are going to go, wow, that guy's awesome. Did you see what he did? They're not going to tell you. They're going to talk about you. And they're going to talk about you in a positive way. And the thing is, you don't do it like, hey, look at me, I'm cleaning the coffee, or hey, everybody, look, I'm picking up the paper. Or you don't go, hey, did you see me pick up the paper? No. This is one of those secret things that you do, but other people will notice. And you have to do it whether they see you or whether they don't. And you have to do it consistently, because this is adding value. So what I ask you to do is, whenever you see those little things wrong, put them right. I call it picking up the paper. Here's number 3. Be willing. You know what? So many companies, you get a meeting, you go, okay guys, we really need to make this thing happen. And the manager really has an interesting problem to solve, and he wants to push the company forward. They want to do something new. And what is he faced by? Blank looks. Everyone looking with a blank face. Nobody wants to be the first to commit. This is your opportunity to be valuable. And you go, I love the idea. How can I help? Wow. In all the meetings that I chair, in all these big companies, very, very few people step up and go, brilliant, how can I help? I'm in. If you do that, your value goes up in multiples, because as soon as you do that, somebody else will go, yeah, me too, I'm in. You see, that's leadership. You don't have to be the manager to lead. You have to have a leadership mentality. You have to have the spirit of willingness. So you throw yourself in and you go, okay, I'm going to do it. I don't care what anybody else is thinking. I'll be the first. As soon as you're willing, everyone goes, wow, did you see that in the meeting? He's like, yeah, this is a great idea. I'm in, let me help. And if you do that consistently, and I don't mean doing stuff that you don't like to do, or it's not in your skill set. I'm talking about things where you can do, where, everybody needs to step in. Everyone has to do it. The manager's going, hey, let's move on this. Let's get together. You go, yeah, I'm in, I'm willing. Why? Because everyone's got to do it anyway. So why don't you lead, step up and say, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm willing. I'll do it. And then people will go, whoa, he was the first guy. What did you just do? You added value to yourself and you made yourself happier. Let me tell you this. If you put yourself up and you're willing and you're ready and you step forward, this is amazing. It gives you a deep sense of happiness inside you. When you go home, talk to your wife or your husband, or, you meet your friends. I was the first one. I said, yeah, let's do it. And this is something you can be proud of. So, number 3 is be willing. Number 4, never gossip. Hello. Never gossip. Now, the first one was never complain. Never gossip is totally different. What is gossip? Let me explain what gossip is. Gossip is 2 people talking negatively about a third person who is not present. I'll say that again. Gossip is 2 people talking negatively about a third person who is not present. This is poison. This destroys you first and foremost. Why? In order to gossip, you have to hold a negative thought in your mind. In order to hold a negative thought in your mind, it raises cortisol, which is a neurotransmitter in your body, which is the stress hormone. So when you gossip, you immediately stress yourself. Second, you're passing stress on to somebody else. Third, the person you're talking about is not there to defend themselves or to give their point of view or to explain their perspective. So the reason that gossip is so deadly is it's poison to you personally. It's harming you physically, because cortisol is what makes you feel stress. So the cortisol gives you that stress feeling, and then on top of that, you're passing it on to somebody else, and on top of that, you're breaking down a third person. Gossip is the number one thing that will break down a company. How much value is that? 0. Actually, it's a negative value. So everything good you've done, every time you gossip, is taking it downwards. You're not achieving your objective. Your objective is to create value. Your objective is to become more valuable so that you become the person that people would choose to give the promotion to. Last of all, number 5, do what you said you would do. This is critical. Listen, you can be all that willing stuff and picking up the paper and the nice guy and leading and stuff, and then you don't do the project on time, you are a 0. You've gone down. You've got to deliver. This is so important. Guys, I want you to understand. If there's one thing that counts is integrity, and integrity is to do what you said you would do. Understand this. If you do what you said you would do, your value is elevated 10 times. You will go up. You will become the person that everybody would love to work with. You're the person that everybody would like to follow, and you're that person of great value. So here we go. Today's session, 5 ways to get promoted. Number 1, never complain. Number 2, pick up the paper. Number 3, be willing. Number 4, never gossip. And number 5, do what you said you would do. This is Mark Dickinson. Salam Alaykum, Pakistan.